Fruit is good. That shouldn't need saying. My dad has been on a diet recently, and because of that, we've had a lot of fruit in the house. Over the course of annoying him by eating half of it, I've come to realize that my opinions on fruit are actually a lot stronger than I originally thought they were. Prior to this year, I would never even considered a fruit tier list a thing that needed to exist, but now I can say with confidence that, well, it absolutely does not need to. I am fully prepared to make one. This won't be fully comprehensive or anything. I'm basing this solely on what fruits we've had in the last couple months, as well as a couple extras I still have strong opinions on. Let's start at the bottom with the worst and work our way up. F tier. Bananas. I really don't know why I dislike bananas so much. They're the best-selling fruit in the US, so I'm clearly in the minority here, but I've just never really been attracted to their taste. In addition to that, a huge percentage of them is just stuff you need to throw away, and banana peels are the worst of the food byproducts. The only thing they have going for them is the sex jokes. Peaches have the same thing going as bananas, but are a different shape, taste a little better, and you have to deal with a pit rather than a peel. Nectarines and plums are basically the same thing as peaches. While I'm at it, plantains are just worse tasting bananas, and grapefruits are giant sour lumps you eat with a spoon. Why do people do this to themselves? D tier. Cherries. Cherries are a lot like the stone fruit from F tier, but they're small enough that they're less of a hassle. They're still in D tier because they add a stem and increase the number of pits you have to deal with by several orders of magnitude. Kiwi. I always thought I liked kiwi, but after trying them again after some time apart, I realized they're just seedy messes with a skin. Honeydew melon. I have other melons higher up on this list. With how much food you get out of one, the rind on melons is fine. Honeydews just don't taste good enough to warrant that effort. C tier. Oranges. Much like with bananas, oranges have too much hassle going on. Sure, it's nice that they come in slices, and they taste so much better than bananas, but you get stuck with a pile of peel shreds and little white stringy things everywhere. You know a fruit is too much work when they make special tools just to help you eat it. Cantaloupes are just honeydew melons that actually taste good enough to be worth the rind. Not good enough to put them any higher than C tier, though. Mangoes. Mangoes are pretty alright. Plus there's Monica's dog mango, so that's pretty sweet. Red grapes are fine for the first 2 days you have them, but once they start to break down, it's like eating rehydrated raisins. B tier. Mandarin oranges. It's like normal oranges, but with fewer problems. Less peel, less of that stupid white stuff, break apart easier, taste better, good fruit. Apples. This is probably a lot lower than you were expecting for the most basic of the fruits, but going by the rules I've been using so far, I just can't justify putting a fruit where the entire middle isn't edible any higher. If I ever make a sequel to this video, it'll probably be the apple tier list with how many different breeds there are. Breeds? Do fruits have breeds? Hang on. Okay, so for apples the word seems to be cultivars, but I'm not sure what other fruits that applies to, if any. And I'm not doing any more research than I already have for this video. Not that I've done any research beyond looking up the best-selling fruits. Pears are apples, but softer. Watermelon. These are the best of the melons. They're the real champions of worth the effort. They taste good, they look good, they feel good. At 300 sun, they're kind of expensive, but with their damage output, they're definitely worth the investment. Blackberries. I don't dislike blackberries, but they have a little too much crunch going on, and not enough sweet to counteract it. A tier. Strawberries. These are a good fruit. There's a reason they're the third part in Neapolitan ice cream. The only hassle with strawberries is the stem. Whenever I eat them, I usually get a bunch out and cut all the stems off first, which, despite the need for a knife, doing to 20 strawberries is still less work than peeling an orange. Plus, you don't even need to cut the stems off. Everything right up to it is edible. You could probably even eat the stem itself if you wanted to. The biggest disgrace in the world is that strawberries are so often paired with bananas. Why would you do this? Why would you ruin the wonderful strawberry with the F-tier trash that is the banana? Filthy casuals. Pineapple. These really should be in a lower tier because of how much work it takes to get into them, but I honestly don't think I've ever once had a whole pineapple in my house. I always get it in chunks or maybe rings if they're being used for something specific, but usually just chunks. Plus, pineapple is such a unique flavor in fruits. It's got that weird half-bitter, half-sweet / tart / sour but sweet again thing going on. And no, I'm not going to tell you whether I think it should go on pizza. This is a fruit tier list, not a pizza tier list. Get it together. S tier. The best of the best. First off, green grapes. Imagine red grapes, but instead of a mushy mess after 2 days, they stay good for 2 weeks. Green grapes have everything going over red grapes. The texture is better, the taste is better, the color is better, everything. With grapes in general, the stem is a concern, but since that applies to the group of grapes as a whole, and not every individual one you eat, I don't consider it an issue. It's like packaging, but inside out. Raspberries. Hey, blackberries. See this guy? This is what you're supposed to be. Nice and sweet, smooth texture, perfect taste. Raspberry flavoring is one of, if not the best flavors out there. Raspberries are just good berries, but not the best berry. Blueberries are the best berry, as well as the best fruit. Excellent size, amazing taste, no hassle whatsoever. You can just scoop a handful of them out of the container and you're ready to go. Blueberries are great. Blueberry flavored stuff is great too. There's blueberry pancakes, blueberry waffles, blueberry pie, blueberry muffins. It's rare to have a fruit with the same versatility as chocolate, and even rarer to find one that's as healthy as blueberries are. They truly are the fox or the Meta Knight of the fruit world. Actually, come to think of it, most of the current top-tier fighters in Smash Ultimate have blue hair.